We're going to call the meeting to order at 12:35. Roll call. Miriam, you want to go through?
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Jose Zuniga,
Present.
Olivia Varela, absent. Ed Ochoa,
Present.
Lalo Uribe,
Present.
Mercurio Martinez Jr.
Do we need a motion to excuse the ones that are not here, or just leave it?
We have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, citizen comments. Are there any citizen comments at this time?
No citizen comments were submitted, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we'll leave it open until the end of the session. Presentation items. Presentation by Planning and Zoning Department, plat submittal applications.
Hi, good afternoon, members of the board. I'm Adriana Brunella for the record. I will be presenting the activity report for the codes, and I will be handing out a report for your reference. And for the previous meeting of September, there has been several final plats submitted and approved by the Planning and Zoning Commission. You will find that on the second page, and I highlighted in bold which are the last ones on the second page. And as of now, they also have 2 recorded plats.
Any questions by anybody in the board?
What is model rules?
So the model rules is a proposed method that provides assurance for adequate supplies, which includes the water and the sewer facilities that are available for the residential areas. And it's according within the state standards.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
We'll go to item number 6, presentation of semi-annual project status report for Cubs at Winfield Development by Charco and Killam. Rolly? Orly?
Good afternoon, Chairman, Board, Miriam. Thank you all for taking your time out this afternoon at lunch to hear our presentation. We are in continual movement out there from our last meeting that we had a few months ago. And I'd like to go ahead and kind of give you a little brief update of where we're at and where we're moving towards. So this is our Phase 10A. It's part of our 50-lot subdivision, but we decided to actually put an escrow in with the city several months ago so we can go ahead and start building some spec homes. So these are our first 4 spec homes. We've got 1 sold already, And so that's moving very well. And we hope to have these probably finished by the end of February. And so we're moving very well. It's right there by the I should say this right because my granddaughter goes to that school, corrects me, Roberto de Santos Elementary. I always say Robert, and she goes, it's Roberto, Dad, people. So these are the 50 lots that include that 10A, right? We are very close to getting these finalized. I believe we already have our letter, our building improvements approved. City has this, I think it's at P&Z for getting finalized and getting actually recorded. So it's already gone through final plat approval. So it's hard to see here, but these are all the ones that are fronting. And of those, only there's about 40 of those 45 lots, right, that are in addition to the 10A. We already have 10 of them committed to. So as soon as we get the plat recorded, we're going to continue to start pulling permits to go vertical. In addition to that, we're getting ready to submit 2 more phases called 6C and 8, approximately another 200 lots. These are brand new for preliminary plat. As you all know, our comprehensive plan does not necessarily jive with our zoning ordinance right now or our codes. So when we submit these, we were reminded by P&Z that you've got to ask for variances. So we're in that process right now. And we should be able to get these submitted in the next P&Z meeting so that we can get that process going. Then we'll go design them, and hopefully we'll be through the P&Z process by March or April, and we'll start construction on those as well. These are the subdivisions that we will section off to different builders, the Armadillos of the world, the West Winds, and I'm just saying names, right? But we will have some pods in there so that they can start building as well. This is our commercial development where Shiloh is going east of Loop 20. We have final plat approval. No, we have our one-stop shop approval, so we've started construction. We're in the process of trying to get a letter of credit in because this is where the hospital's going. This is where the Laredo College is going to go. And we have another 16-acre complex that is going to be for apartments. So everybody wants to close, so we're going to put the letter of credit up so we can go ahead and close those lots. But we're in the process of moving the actual infrastructure in place. We're tying into the water. We're having a little trouble with utilities, but I think it'll get resolved. So, and utility is just because TxDOT's going to be moving the water line to the east once they start the expansion, and they want to find out what's the easiest way to do it so that it doesn't disrupt our development and it doesn't disrupt the installation of those pipes. So we hope to have this project completed in the next 90 to 120 days. And hopefully we will have closed with the hospital so they can start construction and also the apartment complex. Here we are at the one-stop shop. We've submitted 3 times for different comments. We feel we're at the tail end. We're waiting for traffic to acknowledge that what they've asked for, we have provided them. So this should be going to P&Z probably the 1st of next year to get final plat approval, and we will be starting the infrastructure work for the roadways, the water, and the sewer so that we can start building there as well. These are probably home sites that are from 1,600 to 2,200 square feet, so they'll be a little smaller home. Phase 7C, we're in the process of getting final plat approval. Once we do that, we will start the development here as well. And this is right across that 4th section. Here we'll be selling to individuals who is kind of on a nice little hill, to individuals and to custom builders. And we might build on a few of those ourselves, but the idea is to sell them to individuals. Want to talk a little bit about the bid requirements. On the commercial loan, we submitted the bid out to 2 bid contractors. We got those bids back in November 2023, recently, and so we let the project out. The plats will hopefully be recorded here shortly, and so we will be submitting the process in order to get the reimbursement that our TERS agreement with the city requires, all the information that we have. I don't know if that's this side or, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, I apologize, let me go back. So, just kind of going through what is actually under construction. We have those 4 homes, those are going vertical. You'll see those on the tax rolls next year, helping that incremental cost, right? And as well as the commercial development, the roads will be in, the water will be in, the costs, the appraised values will be going up there as well. So our packet for, and I won't spend a lot of time because I think I went through this the other day, and we were hoping to have our phase 3 finalized and approved, so we'd have the final plat approval, so we can submit the packages for the reimbursements. But it'll be something like this, right? And so we've got about 95% of it. We're still pending a couple of items, but in here you'll have the project phase plan, you'll have the preliminary plat approval from P&Z, the package, the one-stop shop, then all the city approval letters so we can start the actual development. Then you submit to the P&Z for the final plat approval. We'll have that in there. We'll have the bid submittals that we sent out to the bidders. I think in this case, we probably had 7 bidders. Construction contracts, draws, everything will be in there as we're paying them. We're getting the lien releases from the general contractor. So all that will be in place. All the final lien releases will be in place before we ever present it. And one of the things that our development agreement asks for is that the city engineer has to acknowledge everything's in place, and we'll have that as well. And then, which is a city engineer certification of proof of payment. And they do that as a matter of course in the planning, in the entitlement process, right? Once you finish your infrastructure on a plat, the city engineer gives you the final approval, right? And then there's a 1-year warranty that follows. So we will probably do it 2 ways. We'll probably provide a binder like this. We'll also provide a pen drive so the city can, set up a file and put it in a pen drive. We are well aware there's not enough money in there to have any reimbursement, but we want to make sure that this package is what everybody wants to look at and see, so that as we're developing, because it'll take a while for that money to accumulate, right? And then we can start the reimbursement process. So trying to make it as painless as possible. We do this all the time. We develop properties all the time, and to be honest with you, it's not a farce. We're not doing anything extraordinary to comply with this. We just do it as a matter of course of business. When we pay somebody, we expect to get conditional lien waivers. When we give them the final payment, we expect to get unconditional lien waivers. This way everybody knows the project. I mean, we do it just for ourselves, and I'm sure a lot of other developers do as well. So to date, the tax increment in 2021, which is the base, was at $10.9 million. Today, that increment has increased to almost $5 million, right? So that increment between 10.9 and 19.4, a little over $9 million bucks, is what the increment will be, which is what will be paid off of for the 60-40 split, right? Our first 4 homes are under construction. Again, we hope to have at least 50 either finished or close to completion by the end of next year. The commercial developments, the hospital will hopefully be under construction by mid-June, mid-year to August.
Of 24?
2024. And they're waiting on us, of course, and the multifamily will probably start sometime next year as well. They were finishing up a project off International. The family is Hank Sames and Luis Romano. They're doing a really fantastic job over there. So they're excited about moving over here and continuing that multifamily project that they're working on. So hopefully that incremental value will just continue to rise and grow, right? So that's the beauty of using the TERS, right, to get these projects up and going. So, any questions?
Thank you, Rod.
Okay,
Thank you, Rolly.
thank you all.
Okay, action items, discussion with possible action on the selection of board vice chair.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, with the reappointment of the three board members and with your appointment extending to 2025, now the board can select or nominate a vice chair that can proceed the meetings in the absence of the chair.
Our vice chair before was Judge Martinez, right?
Is he stepping down or
We haven't received official confirmation of the appointee for one of the entities for Laredo College. But at this point, if this is an item that you all want to take action now, or if you want to table it and bring it back for when you have a full board,
I think it's always best to have a full board, preferably, but I don't know if we need to have a vice chair now, just in case. Whatever you think. Is there any indication when we'll get LC rep or getting that confirmed? Could it be possible like in January and we can,
it is my understanding that it hasn't been brought up to the Board of Trustees as an agenda item, but they are. And the representative that is representing Laredo College at the moment can continue representing the entity until a new appointee is named by the college.
I think, I mean, we all know Judge had some health issues, so rather than us suspending a meeting, I think it'll be best if we can, even if it's temporary, but have a chairman at this time. With that said, I'll make a motion to have Mr. Uribe as vice chair.
I second.
Second, we have it on the floor. Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? So, Mr. Uribe will be the vice chair at this time. Any other comments, questions? If not, can we have a, okay,
And Mr. Chairman, motion to bring back item 6B.
6B,
I
okay.
just want to make a clarification that the next semi-annual report should be provided by June 14, 2024.
Okay.
Add something, just real quick? Yeah, it was a typo, obviously. But if you would like, and if it works for everybody, maybe we can set up another meeting as soon as we have that first package completed.
Okay.
I mean, it would just maybe one item, doesn't even have to be an action item, but this way we can present to you all what we're looking at. And like I said, we'll probably try to have it on pen drive so that we don't kill a bunch of trees. But this way y'all can look at it, digest it, and understand it. And then we just use that as like the gold plate standard for it. So instead of waiting till June, maybe we can do that as soon as we have that package ready.
Do you have an idea on a timeline by when would you have something?
So we've, all the plat improvements are done. It was actually the original location where Laredo College was gonna go. So we just proceeded with the plat. And that's not to say we might amend the plat because of the lots might not work for the next person or what have you. But all the improvements were there. We drug a sewer line. So all that is done. The only thing that happened was at the very end, and they weren't on our original approved one-stop shop plans, was the extension, was the addition of a street light. So that you have to have a street light every 300 feet or whatever, and we only extended the road like 150 feet. So we had to go and go through the AEP process and get all that done. And so AEP's having trouble with light poles, and so we hope to have that all buttoned up by January, maybe February. So, and of course, if we get to April or May, we'll just wait till June, right?
Correct.
But it shouldn't take that long. So, okay, that's actually more just a point of information that that might happen, and that would be something worthwhile just so that we can do that. Okay?
Are we having a meeting before June though? We are, right?
No. I mean, we're only scheduled to have another one in June, but we could have one once we have that binder
Gotcha.
all
Okay.
buttoned up.
As of right now, it's the next semi-annual report will be presented by or before June 2024, but we will plan and coordinate internally to see if
Yeah.
there's a need to call for a meeting before June.
Yeah.
What we can do, Rolly, maybe once you have that ready, if we can all get pen drives review, and then if need be, we can set up a meeting before that.
Absolutely. Yeah, work.
And Mr. Chairman, I think as the development moves forward, it will also give us a good structure on the way we put together the agendas to where we have them as separate items, on a semi-annual report. And if there's gonna be a more solid report on reimbursement requests, we can definitely work on having that structure moving forward.
Right. Yeah, this way, kind of put all that to bed, and we're fortunate that we have time and we understand that that reimbursement's gonna come later, but it's best to have it all buttoned up now, because, it might be 5 years, right? Rolly might not be here. You all might not be here, so, it would, and that there'll be a file, right? That, okay, once the money starts to accumulate, it start to go pay off the first, phase that that was submitted for reimbursement, okay?
Miriam, for the reappointment of the board, it's for 1 year, is that correct? Or
It's a 2-year term.
it's a 2-year term? And the reappointment was for all of the board?
There were 3 seats that expired or that are about to expire by December of this year. So the 3 seats that were reappointed at not the last council meeting, but the meeting prior to that were yourself, Olivia Varela, and there has been a notification as well sent out to the other entities. And Mr. Ochoa, of course.
Any other comments, questions? If not, we're gonna, no citizen comments, we're gonna close citizen comments at this time. If nothing else, if we can have a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Motion, I'll second that. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to our presence.